Welcome back, Five Aces.
Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5Aces here. Good news everyone! I finally managed to get the OpenRA version with the remastered assets for Tapir and Dawn to run. Now I only need the replays. So folks, you know what to do. Send in your replays from the newest release. Yes, the nuclear cat is out of the bag. This is indeed the latest, not playtest, but the actual release. And it does feature very prominently the Tapir and Dawn remastered assets, not yet implemented for RA. Mostly due to issues with the custom assets, as per example the flak truck. There is no equivalent of that in the original Command & Conquer Remaster collection, because that is a custom asset, for those of you who are unaware. Yeah, so for the time being, we are stuck with RA, which is a good thing, to be honest, because RA, gameplay-wise, is an amazing game. Alright, we are going to be seeing a game between a player who has performed way above his weight class, I feel, in the past RAGL, and has actually managed to snag a playoff spot. That is Maceman. Actually, he finished top 4. Finished in 4th spot, I believe. His Grenadier is gonna be finishing in First Blood spot, though, so that's kind of rip. And he's facing off against Prinz P. Let's see who is hiding behind that. That is actually just Prinz P. Alright, as in the German rapper slash hip-hopper. Pretty good dude. Okay, one grenade being lobbed at the power plant. That is not going to kick him into low power. Unano has not accomplished much with that, and Prinz P starting with a 2-ref opener into a ref cell. Get a couple technicians out of that. You need that if you don't want to be power broke. If you don't want to be on low power. Oh no, that is an all-in. That is a super all-in with a flame tower being placed. This is a flamethrower push off of a single double harvester build. Ooh, this is very much do or die in game 1 already. Alright, so a couple features have been added. Lots of balance changes that we're gonna go over in the next couple minutes, but also prominently a couple very welcome features. One of them being the ability to mute players. So especially if those pings are starting to annoy you, just mute everybody. There we go. No more spec chat, no more bleeping. This is a feature that has been highly requested. Oh, yeah, Unano is going to be hit by a very tough timing. He's going to get pushed out his original main base. There is no infantry that he has right now whatsoever. There's going to be flame towers coming up, and the War Factory opener is pretty much the most susceptible to this. Flamethrowers are also being added. There's the barracks. Oh, he sees it now. The Harvester has revealed it, but I fear it is too late. Harvesters can only tank for so long. Let's be clear about that. Unano being really good about pulling back. War Factory is already under duress, and yeah, flamethrowers are gonna make a couple of piles of rubble and debris out of that one. Yeah, this is over. That's it for game 1. We're at 3 minutes deep, but this is fortunately not the best of 1. This has been played on the ladder, and that brings us to the next feature that is also being highlighted here. Right, this is gonna be a good old hit and run. Doesn't appear to be the case. 4 harvesters, jeez. Does Unano have the cash to spare to rebuild? I mean, not that it really matters. He does not. He does not have sufficient cash for a refinery, so it's pretty much game over at that point. Yup, 1,400. Needs to sell his barracks, and that is the only thing keeping him afloat right now. Yeah, go look for the hidden expansion. Yeah, the next feature that is prominently on display here in the newest release is the reworked ladder system. So this is, the website has been updated. Wow, we managed to squeeze it out somehow. Impressive. Okay, the do or die, it's happening. Harvesters are going in. Are they going to be able to tank enough? I feel there's just not enough infantry mass left. Well, okay, he gets most of the rocket soldiers for now. At the cost of 2 harvesters, that's a bit steep, but it's still sort of fine-ish. So Unano, at the end of the day, gets to live another day. There is round number 2. The flamethrowers are striking where the opponent isn't. Again, almost kicking him into low power. This has all been about the power snipes. Reminds me of the good old cannon rushes. You know, for all the shit I'm giving StarCraft 2 for being so much about competitive and being formulaic as a result, I also can attest that it really makes for some entertaining games sometimes. You know, those cheese cannon rushes. And that is very akin to that. We're seeing cheese galore here. The blue cheese of OpenRA. Very vanilla in a way. I mean, he sold his hide dearly. So he really held on for quite a while. A bit longer than I'd expected. But ultimately, it's gonna be in vain because those harvesters ain't gonna do shit anymore. They ain't harvesting for too long. Ah! This one goes on a tanking spree though. Look at this. This is insane. Freaking 5 flame towers. Just even if you've got the mass to push through this, it's gonna be a slog to get to the colony yard. What about the main base? There is still obviously that one ore refinery. I would love for Unano to just dispose of like maybe 2 rocket soldiers and 2 rifle infantry. Not that he really has the resources to spare them right now, but it would be a good call, to be honest. And only rifles left here. Long distance mining maybe. He's trying so hard. A little counter-aggression, just a little bit of pressure onto the harvesters of Prinz P would be such a good call. But it obviously, that's a really tough sell if you're in this situation. Oh, first harvester going down. Yeah, I fear his days are numbered in game 1. Second harvester down as well. And thus the chances are dwindling. There never were many to begin with the War Factory opener. That is just the hard counter. Yeah, a couple balance changes. Most notably, in my opinion, radar tech got significantly buffed by making the radar dome cheaper. GG. I've got a couple players here. Fazar. Terminator X. Hey, haven't seen him in a while. And Widow. Ooh. Haven't seen him in a while either. Alright. That leaves us with a clean sweep in game 1. And we're gonna move on over to game number 2. See you in a sec.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Alright, we're gonna pick right up where we left off, and that was talking about balance changes. So radar tech got buffed by making the radar dome more accessible and cheaper. Demo trucks actually got nerfed. Their speed and health basically got cut in half, so they're a bit harder to get to the front lines nowadays. Then also, we had some nerfs to the longbow. The burst delay got reverted. A couple patches back, we had basically the burst delay up to 4 missiles from 2. And as a result, it was a lot burstier than before, and that kind of got reverted by increasing the delay yet again. Then, what else did we have? Oh, SAM sights got buffed massively. SAM sights now hit 11.5-ish, I believe, cells range, which puts them quite close to the anti-air gun of the Allies, almost at parity. So Soviets are going to have a lot more accessibility to anti-air solutions outside of the flak truck. That is pretty good. Their stationary anti-air used to be quite underwhelming in comparison. The dog marching forward. Rifle infantry trickling in, not giving over some freebies and not getting the shot on the dog off. So good start here. Slowly inching his way forward. Good exertion of patience by Prinz P. Yeah, I'm gonna pronounce it the German way. Sue me. Also, with the ladder changes comes a new ladder. Comes a new series of ladder maps, which are also going to be incorporated into the map pool for RAGL ZT14. And as we all know, there is a lot of pressure to perform on the winner of Season 13. No spoilers, if you want to watch the match, it's still available on the channel. Oh, that was close to the engineer being snacked. Unano playing it close to the chest, but ultimately getting away with it. Double refinery here, double refinery there, and no cheese this time around. Ooh, this already has the RAGL tag, yeah. This map has been ported over. It is a remnant of Season 10. Used to be, it's Timian, yeah. Used to be one of those maps with those ash tile sets. That was, I think Season 10 was when they started incorporating new tile sets. Looks quite nice. I've played a couple games on the playtest of, or on the release of Tiberian Dawn with the remastered assets. Looks quite smooth. I'm wondering how smooth it will play. I've got a massively overpowered rig for OpenRA at this point in time, but this is not optimized yet, so I feel like this would be, yeah, most machines would be struggling for now. This is obviously not an optimized version yet. There is going to be an optimized version out in just a bit of time. Just give them the time to optimize here. But I'm super stoked. Oh, engineer goes down. Nice scouter rifle from Prinz P. Always protect your flanks. Out goes the flag truck as well, so double refinery into flag truck, one light vehicle for both. Is there going to be an APC follow-up? No, not for those two players. There is not going to be the 1-2 punch. This is strictly a regular build. Regular light pressure build. Hunting for the engineers and just putting some pressure on the Wilderic. Man. Flag truck with his pebble cannon. Flag trucks also got nerfed. I can't remember the exact specifics. I think it was their DPS. Oh. Yeah, and this thing here poses a massive problem for incorporating OpenRA. Ooh, nice. Nice shot. Incorporating the OpenRA remastered assets into OpenRA's version of Red Alert, because there is just no equivalent. Both players posturing around the Wilderic, but Prinz P gets the jump. Ooh, the explosion reminds me, I checked out the explosions and they look so much prettier in the HD remastered assets. Especially the explosions. Was otherwise a bit cartoonish. Maybe could have gone for a darker route there. Also the color palette, but I really feel that the explosions were well done. I'm also still on my quest towards completing the remaster collection 100%. That is just something that I want to do, because I just have so many fond memories of Command & Conquer that I really want to relive the pain of completing the TD, especially the TD campaigns and the TD bonus missions on hard. I mean, to be honest, the RA versions weren't quite easy even on hard. That was because the difficulty scales in different ways. So for the TD version, there was never a real hard mode in the actual game. And as a result, the way they implemented it, they just buffed the health and damage output of enemy units. And sometimes you're, you know, in those commando missions, you've got, the odds are stacked against you, basically. You've got forces overwhelming from your opponent. And if their units are just better bang for buck, that makes for a really, really tough game. And conversely, in RA, there was always a difficulty slider, and the difficulty only affected, I guess, speed and health of the enemy to a certain degree. But there's probably people who can go into more depth on that one. Prinz P already out with the macro refinery. Very unprotected, but for now it's going to do the job. And I really like that he has built a barracks here. That serves two purposes. One, as a forward rally point, and second, as a scouting outpost, like a scout post. And third, it also allows him to place field defenses in this choke, should the need arise. Speaking of the need for defense to arise, yeah, this army is a little bit out of position. And, okay, Unano is repositioning. Wait, he's rushed the tech center, and there's the Tesla coil. This is a shock trooper rush. And maybe Tesla tanks. Oh, it's Tesla tanks, yep. Shocking! I dig. Very lethal combo, and especially with the two tanks as frontliners. This is a good build if you can sustain it, but for now... Wait, he only has 3, 6... it's okay. 6 harvesters is alright. Yeah, MCV, you better hurry. You're on the wrong side of town. Taking so much damage. What is he doing there? That was highly ambitious and also highly futile. That deploy cost him over 2k worth in assets, as well as the opportunity cost of building an MCV. That is never a good sign. He's also fighting into a base with having Tesla tech. That means his tech investments have not yet paid off. This is not a good call in the slightest. He is gonna get wiped out. There is gonna be more flame towers in. Why did he take that fight? Unano, that was such a bad call. I don't know, my friend. Overconfidence can be a slow and insidious killer, but in that case, it was just breaking his neck at a rapid pace. Tesla tanks have, as far as I'm aware, not been changed or buffed. So they're one problem. They're highly mobile damage dealers, really bursty. The one massive problem is that they absolutely take their time to kill infantry. It's just not efficient. Look at those two tanks. Yeah, they can kite forever, but they basically can never get caught, which is cool. They've got the range, they've got the DPS, but they're gonna take forever to kill single infantry units. This is so inefficient. Look at this blob that basically can't touch them, but they can bully the Tesla tanks around. Yeah, this is exactly what happens if your opponent has triple your army assets. Gonna need a quote on that one. It's double. It's double, but that still counts. Zap time. I still love those units. They're highly specialized. One of my favorite units, highly mobile. It's just really fun piloting them around the battlefield, poking away at the enemy army. They're never meant to be frontliners, just, you know. He needs an IC. I mean, even with the IC timing, I don't see this working out. He's lost his expansion already. Needs to rebuild there, is basically on emergency econ. Okay, at least trades a Tesla tank for a harvester, that's okay. Anything to slow down your opponent. And here come the Yaks, that's a very good investment. Usually, flags and Tesla tanks go hand in hand, but in this case, there is just no time or money for Tesla tanks to be accompanied by flags as a result. Oh, this one is given away for free. No, not like this. Yeah, that is gonna be one hell of a dead refinery yet again. Man, the struggle is real. He's still trying. Don't get me wrong, that was a commendable effort. Prinz P's ore trucks have to move on to a better place. But those ore trucks have gone the way of the dodo. Ah, they have escaped. Lord. The harvester fleet, the recycling trucks. This is a landfill. Just waiting to be populated. Ooh, barely any anti-air here. This may already be the all-in GG push. Some flame towers appearing. This is a good concave. I think Unano can sort of take... No, not with the Tesla tank going full frontline. Oh, yikes, what a miscalculation. Armies being bullied around, that's kind of impressive. I thought that would have gone way more south for Unano, but at least he's managed to kill one side of the map. On the other side, there's still, danger inbound. Danger, danger. Oh, the technicians have the most gruesome death animations. Can't even look at this. Unano has somehow built a hidden expansion. That's impressive. Oh, is it gonna get scouted? No! This is an actual hidden expansion. Haven't seen that in a while. Yaks are gonna be able to scout and screen the entire map. Oh wow, this got wiped out. Fair enough. So 3 mining harvesters for Unano. Your micro's got to be a bit stellar to compensate for that. Also, he has no counterplate to the Yaks. There is just nothing in the way to anti-air right now. Tesla tanks have retreated from this location as well, probably to defend. Oh yeah, that's the map with the electrified churches. This is the meme map, where I had complained about there being too many memes visible. Let's disable the shroud for now. Yeah, there's like those... Hello? Phone your mom? Yeah. How I wonder what you are. Oh, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Gotcha, gotcha. Those are the lyrics indeed. Unano's Conyard is gonna get fun trained by the Yaks. Fun train has arrived here. How many T-tanks do we have left? Oh, that was a good movement. That was some really stellar movement from the flak trucks. Moving into the attack pattern of the Yaks, so they had to turn around on the spot. That was well done. Very commendable effort. A for effort, F for results. No, not like this. Still trying for a counterattack. He has managed to push the ore of Prinz P, the harvesters off the ore. So It's the little victories that count, but he's on 1 base versus 3, so Unano is gonna call in the GG shortly. Throwing the towel is gonna be the name of the game. Yaks have yet rearmed. Yeah, have once again rearmed. Here comes the strafe. Oh boy. Chain guns go rah 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 rah. That's a feast for So Scared's eyes. If you're still watching out there, buddy. Don't think he is. I think he's moved on to different projects. Alright. Man. That was worth a green thing. Okay, what else do we have in terms of memes? Gas from the meteor hole? Alright. What else do we have? Come with me, golden ratio. Same. Is this map the golden ratio, huh? Haystacks, meteor hole. Wait a sec. Did he manage to capture something? Okay, GG. We're too busy checking out the memes. What's up here? Pearl moon. Same. Meteor hole. Okay. Well, we're gonna be leaving this map. I'm out of here. And there is another game. So let's check how that one went.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
And the third map of the series is Pulverized. Oh yes, I remember. This is the one with the hideous color scheme. This looks almost like a predecessor to Tiberian Dawn, right? Let's disable the shroud. Yeah, the lighting. This is a Tiberian Dawn / Tiberian Sun style map. That's the blue tip. That's the green tip. Oh, it kind of strains the eyes. This is actually a new one, I believe, though. Pulverize. What about briefing? Oh, yes. So this basically only has the advanced refineries and the custom balance, but that already got implemented into the regular base game, so nothing too new there. Oh, you can capture a flame tower here, so you can basically protect your oil derricks early on at the cost of a little bit of power. By a little bit, I mean 30, so you need to build an extra power plant. Flame towers are actually fairly power hungry, which makes sense in a weird roundabout way. They would guzzle fuel, but that's still a power source, right? Man, the hospital. The tech structure to end it all. At least this map doesn't have memes. God damn it! It has a zombie. But it's just a regular zombie, so I guess that's fair game. What's here? Oh yeah, it's symmetrical. It's good at... Oh yeah, we can mute spec chat yet again. Easy. This is a highly anticipated quality of life feature. Sometimes the chat spam got so bad. I think what I would love is for an option to not mute them, so I would still see the chat messages, just mute the ping. But I think that is accessible in the options. I'll have to check that until next cast. So yeah, anyways, highly anticipated features of it that made their way into this release. War Factory timings completely identical. So just double ref for both. Lots of infantry spam, and there's gonna be one light vehicle out. Unless there is any cheese. Some good old. Speaking of, so one of the few perks of living in the countryside is I've got access to a farmer's market now, and holy smokes, the cheese that they sell there. Oh, that's god tier. In other news, conscript number 3 for us is almost ready. Oh, engineer died. Conscript number 3 has been on the way for almost 7.5 months now, and yeah, it's looking good so far. But it's gonna be one hell of a challenge. Let's see how that's gonna work out with 3 of them. 2 is already a handful. Alright, those of you who have kids can relate, and I know because some have expressed their condolences, basically. Those of you who already are in possession of three kids, toddlers can definitely be a handful. Oh, the Ranger also got nerfed. It has got lower line of sight now and lower speed. Whoa, this flak truck a bit too ambitious. Going forward into its demise, just a brief second of inattentiveness cost him his early vehicle. And as a result, Prinz P looking pretty good. Pulling back the Ranger. There is a 4 harvester build. 5th harvester is going to come online relatively in synchronicity with the service depot. And then we're going to have the MCV built for both players. Yeah, 5 seconds between them. Mass barrack spam. This is a very run-of-the-mill standard build. One that I can really get behind though. Alrighty. Super defensive stance for Unano. He knows he's behind. He doesn't have the early light vehicle anymore. And this should honestly be translated into a little bit of a field advantage for Prinz P, but he himself doesn't feel too confident to push out just yet. I guess it is extremely important to grab this expansion on that map, because you don't have much starting ore. Just the regular standard 3 mines and a medium amount of ore. You need to basically seize this expansion as soon as possible, or the northern one, because if you get pushed up one of them, you're gonna run dry relatively shortly, and your opponent then is gonna have access to a big ticket expansion. So I can see that. Okay, moving forward and posturing a little bit. Just deploying the Conyard. Oh, in other news, I've now been made. Starting next year, I'll be hosting the national language competitions on the basically high school level, and so I'd already been participating in the language competition this year. I'm going to be taking over for the host who doesn't have the time anymore to do it. And yeah, this year one of our students from our school took the first spot, so that's kind of cool having this language competition. You know, it's like a rhetorics and discussion competition. That was kind of fun. Kind of a competitive tournament style, if you will. Kind of RAGL style elimination format. That was really fun to observe. Alright, Prinz P has moved forward with his original Conyard as well. So what does that mean? Exactly. His main base is very open and vulnerable to attacks, and it's got the only war factory as well as the entire tech tree. Entirety of the tech tree consisting of this one single octagon. Prinz P does have a very aggressive position onto the main base though. Unano's army in close proximity, but even if he just loses one harvester, it's gonna be bad. Gonna leave him really, really far behind. Oh, he's taking the bait. This is a split from the army, obviously. Yeah. Unano knows what's happening, so he basically has to deal with the army first. Okay, and now he's moving back. I said now he's moving back. Thank you, good sir. Ooh, the harvester tanking, but not for long. This is gonna be a dead Conyard. Unano yet again overstaying with his Conyards. I feel he could have pulled back so much earlier. And now his infantry is gonna start trickling in. Oh, that's so many losses unnecessarily taken. Wait a second though, move command on Prinz P's entire army. Still, at the end of the day, being set back in the econ game this hard, I don't know if that's recoverable. And obviously, the 1-2 punch, we're gonna be seeing the armies converge on the northern side this time around. And he's simultaneously fighting into a base. If he doesn't win this engagement, Unano is out of this game for good. And it's gonna be clean swept in a 3-0 in this series. For now though, very compact formation and lots of tank density. Yeah, Prinz P is not committing the same mistake as Unano. He's pulling back his MCV on time. Ooh, Unano, you don't want to have your harvester stay around. Good hits from the flame tower, but already losing one unnecessarily. Alright, there's still a scary army about. This may turn into a base trade. Unano, yet again, just sticking to his guns. Stubbornly refusing to pack up the Conyard. Long distance mining on both ends. Wait. Oh, he didn't. Okay, that's good. He didn't undeploy. But he's still on 3 harvesters basically, for all intents and purposes. Here, massive engagement. 1-2 harvesters going down. He's fighting into barracks and pillboxes. That is basically the worst combination. Combination of units and assets you can fight into right now. Man, and the ore refinery is still standing strong. Pillbox down. There is just too many pillboxes around here. The good old killbox. Oh! The AoE. Area of effect damage here, no joke. Prinz P himself, though, under some counter pressure now. And what you need to do here is move very close to the Conyard, yeah? Do not let it escape. This is your one chance at getting back into this game. Unano, just a little too slow. Lets the Conyard slip away just in time. Man, what an unfortunate mistiming. Yeah, that was his chance at a comeback, but I'm not seeing it anymore. MCV has redeployed. He's gonna start spamming pillboxes yet again. Prinz B is completely fine for the time being. And the economy, not reflecting that actually. Assets are even and the harvester count is higher for Unano. I mean, he didn't lose any harvesters previously, but he lost lots of mining time. Let's check their lifetime earnings. Raid number 1, raid number 2. Versus the time when Prinz P lost both of his harvesters in the southern expansion, so tried to make up for it at least a little. One more harvester down, but harvesters are not the issue of Unano right now. It is mining spots and allocation of harvesters. Yet again, is a recovery possible? Unano is 5k behind, but he has found some good rates recently at least. Unano's ore refinery is gonna die in just a minute. Yeah, I know the struggle. Whenever you're seeing this many techies, you know that someone sold off half their base. Because you get the techies from the bargaining bin. That's maybe some social commentary on people in tech jobs nowadays. No, I'm sorry friends, but ChatGPT is gonna come for all of us. Oh, speaking of which, I don't know if I've told the story before, but recently one of my students used ChatGPT in their mock exam. Oh yeah, no, I did tell it, but it was the follow-up was hilarious. I then gave him an oral exam on on the contents of his exam, and he wasn't really able to explain what he had written there or what the almighty powerful AI had written for him. That was kind of hilarious watching him struggle and squirm to explain and then being like, yo, buddy, you're dealing with someone who at least has a moderate degree of affinity to tech. Not a high affinity, mind you, but high enough to recognize when someone is trying to fool me with ChatGPT. So that was kind of hilarious. Alright, this game's still going strong, but again, Unano, I feel that was not his fault even. He was just too pressured on too many fronts. If you're, we call it in Germany, in Germany you call it dancing on too many marriages at once. Yeah, there's just putting out fires left, right and center. And at some point the fire guards are gonna be overwhelmed. Oh, such a good defensive formation. Can be circumnavigated though. You can move a little more to the left. Yeah, exactly. That's what he's doing here. Armies have been traded off, and there is just a little bit of a mixed bag of infantry is roaming around the map. Mostly technicians to draw the literal fire from the flamethrower. Nasty. Yeah, $1. Technicians are dime a dozen. Alright, heavy tank pummeling away at the oil derrick. There is tier 2, the Black Hawk is out. Black Hawk's out of the bag. Ain't looking good for you, my friend Unano. This may be a 3-0. Didn't expect that, to be honest, because Unano had a really good run in Season 13. Ooh, this harvester. Oh! Takes the tail end of the last bazooka and dies. This one's surviving for now. I know the pain of trying to deploy a flame tower. Okay. This time around it's looking a bit better. Conyard has survived, unlike the other two. But again, bleeding a harvester, bleeding a refinery. Ugh. Unano, your real estate is dwindling. There is exactly 3 refineries here. Okay. These two got gifted over, basically. Ah, I know the struggle. Now he's gonna be facing off against artillery. He's gonna get slowly pressured out of his own corner of the map. Oh, that was a nasty hit. The gold standard of artillery fire. Direct hit. Direct hit confirmed. Wait a second. How did the MCV die here exactly? Because the MCV husk was entrenched so deep into the base that he must have sacked a tank basically to chase it, I guess. I sort of missed that. This army being a bit too idle. This ain't an idle auto-clicker game. This is high APM required. Your APM must be this high to enter. Not quite StarCraft levels, but you know the drill. Oh no! Yet another Conyard. Is that the 4th Conyard going down for Unano? Not in this game, but in this series, over the course of this series. Artillery is going melee mode. Get taken out and picked off. But with their dying breath, they've killed the ore refinery, and as a result, I think we've got 1 ore refinery left. Oh my lord. Man, this must be frustrating. No, 2 left. Blackhawks are coming in, can easily pressure. Look at the long distance mining though. It's got so many harvesters now, it's got 6 only. 10 harvesters for Prinz P, who has just further solidified his position. Time and again. Coming out ahead in the engagements and then just building refineries and being really prudent and stingy about his investments. Just, you know, I'm ahead. Why should I have to bother? Why should I have to do something stupid? I'll just play it safe. This is the worst, being caught between a rock and a hard place. You're slowly being whittled away by artillery fire, and as soon as you're gonna undeploy your Conyard, there's gonna be the helicopters waiting. This is the good old Black Hawk Gambit, as I like to call it. Another harvester sacked to the rocket gods. He is trying real hard. Oh, found a window of vulnerability. Nice, getting into position with this army. Good hustle. Artillery is yet again pressuring. There's a lot of scary army along with that artillery. Artillery has brought its friends. Yeah, you best deploy a flame tower here. That's MCV number 5 down. Unless he sells it this time around. Please sell it. Oh, he just placed something. Why isn't he selling it? That gives 200 credits over to your opponent. It ranks up their units. That is a big deal. That is gifting a free 2 rifles and also losing out on... If he sells it at half the value, he's still at half health, he still gets 500 back. So basically it's a negative 700 if you don't do that. Like, say, selling it at 50% health, because you get 50% of the base cost back, and then that is being multiplied by the health that the structure has remaining at the time it's being sold. So if it's sold at 100%, you get 50%, and if it is sold at 50% health, you get 50% of 50%, which is 25%. So in the case of the MC, which costs you 2,000, that would be 500 credits. Plus, giving over 200 credits as well as currency. Yep, you do the math. I did the math for you. That is a negative 700 trade. Do not do that. Sell your structures when you're being pressured and you know you can't save them. Pro tip, that actually changes games. I always had the sell key bound to a hotkey. Made it so much more convenient. Flag trucks are a good choice though against the Allied Tier 2. And I'm not even a math teacher. I'm actually terrible at maths. Yo, another another kind of low-key hilarious story is I recently went to a graduation meeting of my own class where I graduated 13 years ago. And we all met up and with a teacher of ours. The math teacher was really cool, even though we all hated maths, especially myself. And she brought along the maths, basically SAT equivalent, so the math exams that we had 13 years ago. And not a single person was able to solve them anymore. I was confused beyond belief. I had no idea what was going on there. I couldn't have solved that to save my life anymore. Yeah, that's the Blackhawks. So that was an entire room full of 30 people, most of them having an academic career now, and none of them, literally none of them, managed to solve even the most basic math tasks. So much about your learning for life. Ahaha! Artillery's being caught off guard. Good night, artilleries. It's nice knowing you. You'll be going down in a fiery explosion. Unano, can we make it 6 Conyards before the game ends? Because this is just an inevitable conclusion. Tier 3 also unlocked. Tanya just posturing in front of the Harvester. I said good night, sir. Harvesters have to yet again relocate. Maybe this patch here. This is regrown considerably. Oh no! The bane of the flag train. Why? Plus 700. Thank you. Unano, my friend. Yeah, if there's any recommendations I can give you after this game, it would be bind your hotkeys. Bind cell to a hotkey, because that is not efficient. Over the course of this game, he's given away 2,800 credits to his opponent. Literally just a donation box. Ding! That is provided that it was sold at 50% HP. Could have sold it earlier. But hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles. So with that out of the way, please send me a replays for TD for the latest release, because I really want to get some remaster graphics casts in. And I also want to get away from this heinous color scheme that this map provides. It is a ladder map though, so it's probably going to be in the RAGL map pool, yeah. In the map pool in the foreseeable considerable future. Yeah, really well played from Prinz P. Game 1, a little cheesy. Game 2, just, you know, the little trades started stacking up. And game number 3, mispositioning a couple times. And then being pressured left, right, left, right, left, right. The good old Mike Tyson special was administered to Mr. Unano, who has been on the receiving end of the couple casts, but the last one was against some real top dogs. And this one, also a stark reminder on why we have to sell our Conyards before they're going up in flames. Right. Thank you for watching. I'm stoked for some remaster casts in the future. See you next time. 5 Aces out.
Battle control terminated.